Hey there! In this video, we're going to talk about feedback, how to improve the amount of 5-star feedback you get on the GoGoKid platform, and we're going to talk about specific things like how to find your feedback percentage, specific things you can do to improve the amount of 5-star feedbacks you get, and also things that you can do offline outside of the GoGoKid platform to improve your feedback and also achieve maybe some better work-life balance and perspective. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I'm going to jump right into the portal and how to find your feedback percentage first. All right, so I am doing a screen recording of the GoGoKid Teacher portal because it is the clearest and most efficient way to explain how to find your 5-star feedback percentage at GoGoKid. So when you're in the portal, you can click on your incentive level and you will be able to see where you are as far as your credit score incentive level. I'm currently sitting at a level 5 since it launched. It is possible that if I were to get a teacher no-show, have a cancellation or something like that, I would see my incentive level fall. As for point-wise, what you need to move between each level, I'm not really sure. I didn't make a video for the how to do the credit score calculations. Olivia and Christy made them. You can check those out. They were also shared in the weekly updates, and I believe that they might be on their channels as well. I'll link down below. So if you want more information about that. So you can go into your additions and figure out how many 5-star evaluations you have received for your most recent classes, your most recent 150 classes. That's what matters. So whatever you have here, you can take it and put it out of 150. So 78 divided by 150, and then you get your decimal multiplied by 100, and that is your feedback percentage for your number of courses like you just had. So when you go into here, you'll be able to see the additions. So you can see also the graph, it shows 52%, just like I figured out before, and my default additions. So the number of classes I have received 5-star evaluations for versus just how many total, and altogether it'll show that. So it's really important to understand that you get more 5-star evaluations by improving your class performance and also improving the feedback you give to your students. So a great place to start is the Academy, attending workshops. There's a lot here, really. I have helped put some materials here, but there's a lot being added all the time. I highly recommend you check that out. It's for higher teachers only, and the reason why I'm not going into any of these videos here in particular because it's not content that I own. So go check that out. So I am a full-time online teacher right now, so this is what full-time online ESO looks like. I'm beginning around 3 or 4 a.m. EST, so it just kind of depends how I'm feeling when I open. I do take time off. I took about a week off for Christmas, and usually I take 1 day off per week. So if you're wanting to get the higher pay every day, you probably are shooting for 9. How you get here again is by making sure that you build a base of regulars, and there's a lot of resources on that in the Academy tab. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like and just show that, you can do that on the platform. It just takes a certain amount of dedication and preparation and maybe a little bit of craziness. So I'm going to go in and show you what I do to prepare for my classes and how I make sure that I do right by my regulars so they give me awesome feedback.
I give a lot of credit to my notebook note taking. It just helps me so much in preparing for classes. If you don't have the time to write down every single slot, or you have a different system, that's fine. This is just what I'm doing. I have my slot time, I have my student, and pertinent information for the lesson. If I have a cancellation or a last minute substitution within 24 hours, I did it ahead of time. I do it around 48 hours out. So I'll just cross off if I have something going on where a student changed. I don't mind it being messy because I kind of live by the mantra of learning is messy. So it definitely it takes a little bit of mess to make learning happen and teach. So I also really like I got this stand. Oh, it's so awesome. But 3M because I was always like losing my notebook under piles of props. So now it just stands up here, and then during the lesson I can just have it, up here, take notes as I go, and I will, have that there for me. So I am not a feedback between classes person. I will go in and I will do it later because I teach so many classes in a row. It's really important for me to be able to use the time to grab props from around my classroom and make sure that I can sip my tea and take care of myself. That's kind of what I choose to do, and that's what works for me. I have to do it all in a big batch at the end then. Could there be a more efficient use of my time? Sure. But I kind of am having more time in my afternoon to do it. If I had to cut down on feedback time, I might have to get a bit speedier about it, but that's what I am doing right now.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Paige, what do you write? What exactly do you write? What is something I can copy and paste into feedback to get exactly to where you got? Is there a shortcut? And I'm sorry to say, but the short answer is there's not a shortcut. If you think about it, if you're doing a lot of templates and a lot of copy and pasted things, it will show in the feedback to parents. I don't spend more than a few minutes on each evaluation, but I do make sure that each evaluation I do have some sentences that I do copy and paste in for efficiency, but each feedback is unique, and my parents can tell that. I do have some templates that I use for trials, but even then I kind of vary it up. So if you are copying and pasting from a lesson bank, that is one thing to improve upon there. Now, is my method the most efficient? No, there's probably a way where I could do it faster, but it would be at the expense of personalizing the feedback that I do give. I have time, I kind of eat lunch after I work out, and then I will kind of sit around and kind of close up shop for the day and leave my office. So I do have time. If I had to spend less time on feedback, I'm sure I could develop some kind of systems. But right now, what was a priority for me was making sure that my schedule was consistent. So my goal for December was to make sure that I took some time off in November after I traveled and had time with family, and then I developed a more consistent schedule that included regular sleeping times. I used to flip-flop between day and night, night and day. I also scheduled in workouts. So I actually posted a schedule on Instagram. If you follow me, I'm at Pixels by Paige. It doesn't look the same every single week as far as like what I do every week, but I schedule in an appointment and I treat those gym appointments like classes. I can't teach or no show and I can't cancel. I've kind of adopted that mindset for it. For me, group exercise classes have been awesome. I'm a member of Gold's Gym. Big shout out to Carmina at the Gold's Gym who really motivates me in spin classes and also yoga classes. Maybe it is putting a date on your calendar or whatever you use to schedule yourself and, do workout videos. Whatever works for you. This is not about working out, but I can't leave out self-care because I noticed that my feedback increased when I took better care of myself. There was a period this summer where I was doing all-nighters a lot. I was doing a lot of Bang energy drinks, and I was not taking care of myself. My personal life suffered, and my feedback wasn't as high. It really wasn't. I'm able to be better when I take better care of myself. And that is a long road because in order to do that, you need to say no to certain things. I no longer jump and make videos within 48 hours if I get a request to do that. I don't concern myself with like new curriculum launches and like getting out brand contributor videos really fast and going back and forth and staying up really late. I don't do that. I mean, I understand why it would be awesome if that kind of thing could happen, but I need to invest my time in what pays me the most and what offers me more balance because secondary work isn't guaranteed, so of course I prioritize my student classes like I discussed in a previous video with reflections on teaching at GoGoKid. So again, if you're looking for a shortcut, what to copy and paste in feedback, you're thinking about it wrong. And if you're thinking about, okay, what's the fastest way, it's not fast. So whatever you heard about online teaching, if you heard it was easy, it can be, but if you want to dial it up to full-time or teach more, know that it's going to get harder the more that you teach. And in some respects, it's going to get harder kind of longer you teach without breaks. I teach about 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday usually, and I do take breaks. My feedback and data, all of that includes I took a week off, a full week for Christmas. I didn't teach at all. I taught Christmas Day, and then I didn't teach the 26th through January 3rd. And I did let my regulars know about that in feedback. I communicate my schedule to my regulars so they know when to expect, and I also tell them when I open. So it will vary because your students are different than mine. If you need more concrete tips for improving your class performance, look at your class playback. Check out videos that are pertinent to classes you're going to teach or have taught in the Academy tab, attend workshops, and make online teacher friends. Get tips from them.
A lot can be learned from scrolling through on social media, but I found that if I spent too much time on social media, that it felt like I was working all day and never getting a break. So I've also set some quiet hours and limits on that for myself as well. I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that what I said makes sense. As a long-term, like veteran online teacher now, approaching 2 years, having been around on the GoGoKid platform for the longest, there's just a lot that you need to do to be consistent because this job is being consistent. This job is all about making sure you get up, attend class, and deliver a five-star experience every single time, and that is not easily done. It's very hard to be consistent all of the time. So that's your number one skill that you learned as an online teacher, especially working for these platforms, is consistency, reliability, and optimal performance. So again, please check out other resources. If you want to hear more from me specifically, I'm kind of gearing my content on this channel to be more about general tips, not just specifically about GoGoKid. But if you do have GoGoKid questions, I can do my best to answer them as well. But I don't comment specifically about policy and individual things because things can get really murky really quick, and I just hope that you respect that. So if you have things you want to hear from me, comment down below, and I would be happy to include it in the content that I have planned. I created this video as a request of other teachers. Someone commented on my last video. I also got some messages about how to improve feedback, and we're always looking for ways to get better, and I'm happy to help because we can all learn. When I teach, I also get better because I take more account and reflect on what I've done, and I can also offer those tips to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please hit like and subscribe. Comment down below with what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much, and have a great one. Bye.